There was a murder on Blackstar Lane. Waterdeep no longer sleeps, the street will never be the same. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane, and I think I know who done it. I think I know who's to blame. So watch me point the finger. We found ourselves a ringer. I'm making it my business to deliver you this killer. They've taken someone's life. The method generally implies it's not a big and scary villain. It's a coward with a knife. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane. Waterdeep no longer sleeps, the street will never be the same. There was a murder on Blackstar Lane, and I think I know who done it. I think I know who's to blame.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evenings.
Good evenings, and welcome to this very final episode of Waterdeep Mallrats Blackstar Lane. It's not very often I get to say this, but it's a nice, cold, dark, snowy Monday evening. So I'm really glad that you're here with us. There's plenty of other channels to watch, but you decided to come and see us, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you're here, do say hello. Of course, Daz is already there. Hey, Darren. Mwah. Good to see you. So, it's going to be a very interesting evening, me believes. As you can see, Rob is a scarf.
I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning, Joe.
Okay. Okay, good.
I mean, last week he was a thumb.
I've chosen to just show my hair for this episode.
Well, it's good to see everybody. So we've got some people are coming on. Ferg is here. Mama Thorpe. Mama Thorpe is here, and Alex is here. It's good. Oh, Mama Thorpe actually is anniversary of Mama Thorpe and Papa Thorpe yesterday. So
Happy anniversary!
Exactly.
All the more special because if you two hadn't met each other, I would never be here wearing a Cassalanter's merch, playing D&D with your wonderful son Joe Thorpe. So a special thank you, Mama Thorpe and Papa Thorpe.
And thank you so much for that picture that you posted on our page as well. I looked at it and I went, "Oh, you pair of mugs." Thank you so much.
Love it.
We've got some new viewers here. So hello, Scooty. Nice to see you. It's good and welcome. Welcome to the channel and welcome to chat, at least. Really good to see you. But yes, I think today is going to be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I think it's like you're either all going to die or we're all going to be heroes. One or the other. I can't figure out which one it's
I like those odds.
Exactly. Me too. I didn't have any odds, but never mind. But I will ask everybody at home if you please make sure you've got a D20 at home available. Mama Thorpe, do not worry. I am not going to call on Mama Thorpe for a D20 because I know she doesn't have a D20. But I will have a D20 available. I might call upon you at some point during this session. Very important. Hello, Mark. Good to see you, mate. So let's have a quick chat about what's been going on this week. Let's have a chat with Evie. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I was just about to have a sip of Prosecco in a very big wine glass, I know.
Very big wine glass.
That's a very small pint glass.
Well, exactly. It depends how you look at it. So I thought, as it's the finale, Prosecco, and as obviously we play for roughly an hour and a half before a break, big glass of Prosecco.
Yeah, true. That'd be
genius.
I reckon
S'more.
that's going to be gone by the time we do the introductions.
It's going to be gone
As
so
soon as we
quickly.
finish it, yeah. Place your bets now. At what minute will it be empty? But yeah, no, I'm really good. Thanks. Had a lovely week. Went on lots of very freezing cold walks.
Yep.
Marveled at birds, like diving into a lake near me. That was lovely. Like just nature, lots of nature. And I listened to a lovely little podcast, which was previously Locked in the Maze, which was all about the Boomtown immersive maze story. But now it's called Locked in the Maze because now they've decided to change the podcast so it focuses more on what all of those immersive performers, like ourselves, have been up to during lockdown. And the first episode is with the lovely Liam Fleming, who we adore. Hi, Liam.
Liam with a beard.
Is Liam
Hi,
with a
Liam
beard
with a
here, actually?
beard.
I've not seen him yet.
Okay, well,
He's
hopefully Liam with a beard
always around.
He's probably doing
lurking.
a press tour or something, you know.
I've never seen him without
Yeah.
a beard, actually. So,
Oh, I've seen him without a beard as well. It's,
Oh,
no,
he's got a very beautiful chin. It's Liam with a beard.
don't want to know him without a beard.
Well, I know that he was up all night watching the Super Bowl last night, so I don't know if oh, Bevins is here as well. Hey, Bevs.
Hey, Bevan.
Oh, by the way, I tried the next recipe from Heaven's Bevins for the whack this week. It was delicious. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but it was delicious. So that was good.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sounds great.
Sorry, Evie, I jumped in.
Oh, no, that's fine. There was also someone else on the podcast, some guy called Dan Berman. I don't
Who?
know if anyone. Dan Burnham?
That is what Corin called me, actually. Yeah, it's okay though. I'm over it.
Burnham.
Burnham.
Yeah, Burnham. Yeah.
That's what Nat 20 calls me.
Your summer persona.
Yeah,
Tan
No.
Burnham.
No, no,
Burnham.
she doesn't. Nat 20 doesn't. She calls you Dan Whiny Pants.
this is true,
Yeah.
and with good reason.
He
Yeah,
has a
so
pair of
Dan
pants
Whiny
that
Pants.
whines. That
Love
literally.
pouring wine into his trousers. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else at the beginning of T, so that was really lucky.
I've been known to pawn wine places. It's okay.
It's all
It's all right.
right.
We're not here to shame. And Corin, I love you. I'm sorry you're cringing.
Yeah, it's an excellent podcast, Corin and Mark Jeffords, and it's really lovely. There was just so much love and appreciation for like how everyone's kind of adapted to being locked down. And I think if anyone out there hasn't tried any of these like immersive online games, like 100% go for it because they genuinely are brilliant. They're really, really good. And it was, yeah. So have a little listen if you're intrigued. Locked in the Maze.
Unless it's on a
Exactly.
Monday night. Don't try anything else on a Monday night. You're
No.
booked. You're fully
No,
booked.
yeah.
You're locked in.
Oh, man.
You're ours.
I really love my relationship with Mark because it's pretty much like pen pals, but through immersive interaction in a screwed up festival in a field every August. Whereas literally we had correspondence for like 4 years before we actually even. I mean, I think the first time I actually spoke to him was at a workshop that I was doing, which was like 9 months ago. But yeah, I just love it. Yeah, we have never actually met. I actually think I stuck my head out of the back of the villa in Boomtown. I think I walked straight into you and then closed the door again.
I have only ever met Mark Jeffords whilst pretending to be a different character.
Same.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think I met him once.
And yet
I'm
I
pretty-
feel I
yeah.
know so much about him.
Yeah.
Well, there's I mean, there might be a chance sometime in the future where these streams might get crossed.
No.
No, you can't do that. That's Ghostbusters,
world
man.
breaking.
That's Ghostbusters.
I
You
know.
don't
What
do
happens
that.
when you cross the streams?
Man, it doesn't. No. Ghostbusters. What do you want?
Yeah.
Exactly. Good. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good week, Evie. That's nice.
you.
And sort of like we can figure out that Dan's had a good week as well. Are you
Yeah,
happy-
you don't have
happy
to
with
ask me anything.
Great. So, no, has your week been good, mate?
Yeah, it's been really good. I had my first day on my film set, which was really strange to go back, but really lovely. Like, just yeah, great energy, good, really good people, and yeah, nice to get back and doing like fighty bits again, and like throwing myself on crash mats, and yeah, and also did my first like rapid COVID test. That's weird.
I thought you were going to say rapping.
Yeah, I did my first rap,
Awesome.
guys.
Oh, please let's hear
Yeah.
what you've been rapping.
Yeah,
Okay,
GB.
so, yeah, give me some.
It's a very, very fast beat. But okay, let's go for it.
Yeah. So,
The mic.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, God damn it, Burnham.
just out every.
Do you know how many viewers we lost because of that? Well done, mate. Man.
To quote Alex, that was sick.
That was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, we heard it, didn't we, guys?
yeah.
But it's a shame it didn't come up.
Amazing.
It was really, really good.
What
Very
happens when you
clever.
cross the streams?
Yeah, it's what happens when you cross the streams. Oh, right, I'm going to move on from
For
stream.
the best.
Cross it, yeah, it probably is, yeah. And say hello to Gabby. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I've had a good week. Evie reminded me when Evie was talking about seeing birds. I've got a new favourite bird and I see them all the time. What are they called? A cordon. I should have prepped for this bit. But they're a cormorant. They're sick. And they just stand up.
Wicked, yeah, it's a fucking cormorant. Wicked.
Love-nosed bird.
Yeah.
And they just sit out the water drying their wings for one for literally was there for like 4 hours and I watched it pretty much the whole time. So yeah, that's my week. And so I've seen a few of them this week every time I've gone for a run.
Nice.
Nice. That's all I've got.
All right, cool.
It looks like you could probably do with going a bit outside.
Oh yeah, we started rehearsals for outside today as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good. It was a bit mad to be back in the room. I was like, I don't know if I remember how to do this. Not walk into a room. I've walked into rooms in the last 10 months, but like actually be in a rehearsal room as an actor. So that was really good. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm very excited.
Yes. Good. You should be excited. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, make sure we be able to kind of, we are able to kind of watch this, aren't we?
Yeah, streaming it. So it's next, so it's 18th, 19th, 20th. I'll send a link to put in somewhere.
Yeah.
On it.
Done it.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah. So we should see that. That would be fantastic. And we'll move over to the grieving man.
I'm actually not grieving right now. Earlier at the start of the stream, I rubbed my eye and realized that I had cut chilies previously before that. So I'm not crying.
You're crying.
No, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Apart from my right eye pulsating rapidly, faster than my left one usually does. I've been good. Went for a walk in the snow today. Stared down some children with snowballs whilst fearing for my life. And did some writing for D&D.
Nice.
Here I am. Yeah.
We'll get to that a little bit later
We'll
on,
get to
won't
that.
we? We will get to that. We will. Everyone's wondering if you're having a stroke, by the way.
No. No, just green peppers and traces on my fingers. So, little tip: wash your hands.
Yeah, don't touch your tip. Don't touch the tip.
No.
Whoa. Did that enough times. Don't do that.
No.
Gabs' face so confused. He's like, huh? What are you talking about?
Don't cross the streams. Don't touch. Never mind.
Yep. Cormoran. Wicked.
Right.
How?
Wicked with the cormorant.
No. How are you, Joe?
Yes.
Yes. Got in there first.
Didn't commit.
Look how well it worked out last time.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's true.
Our usual library of role players has just come up with Alex. It says there is a Ghostbusters RPG system that we should play. I really enjoy this because I keep getting like links come through after the stream from Alex of like, oh, it's here. So I'm going to stick that on our new Discord channel so that we could put loads of different games so people can. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to do anything with it yet. We're going to release it a little bit later on, but just a little hint. So we have like Alex's like library of RPGs that we're going to pop on there soon. We can play them and have a look at them. So I've been watching bits and pieces. Everyone been watching some good streams this week? Anyone been seeing anything? Lovely. Thank you for that, Mike Lightus. Much appreciated. Mwah. And welcome. Hi.
Mike.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Anybody been watching anything this week?
I haven't had any time for streams this week. I've been stuck in front of a screen, not able to watch any. No, I plan to in the next couple of weeks. So like, I'll be sort of sat there on set when I'm not needed, or just being like, just getting my nerd on in the corner.
Well, I've been watching some stuff. Yes,
Go on.
Mike, I am absolutely fine. Do you know what? It's funny that a person who comes onto our stream, the first thing they do is ask how I'm doing. Just saying. That's what they've done. However, the Nightbots come in and told them to stop spamming literally straight away. Sorry about that, Mike. We've got a very aggressive bot on our system. However, I've been watching something. I've been checking out a lovely little stream called Zach's Big Wave. Had a lot of fun with it. They've just sort of started a new campaign, which was also a college. Which is why I was really interested in it. But they've got email, mobile phones, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, if you do want to go check them out, Because they just started, it means you don't have to catch up, which is fantastic. And jump on and see them. Yeah, I watched them for about 4 hours, I think, on Saturday. I just had so much fun, and they're lovely, lovely, lovely guys. Well worth a watch if you want to go check it out. So. I suppose, unless we got any other news. Have we got any news?
I've got one announcement before we start.
Yes. I'm interested.
So, Joe, what's that on your shirt there, mate?
Is it bolognese?
Oh, I don't think it is. I think, is that new merch?
It is new merch, mate.
Is that new merch we've got? So we've put a few more little things on our merch store, and we've decided to make a little discount code just for you guys on the stream. What is it going to be? How much money is it going to be? Is it going to be 5%? Is it going to be 10%? What's the code going to be? So we've decided to let the dice decide. So what we're going to do, the discount code is going to be called Oshi Kills. And the amount of discounts is the highest number of damage points that Oshi rolls tonight. If Oshi rolls a crit, and maxes out on the points,
we're bankrupt.
Yeah, we are.
Exactly.
So when we get to the end of the stream, we'll be posting that up straight away, and then yeah, we'll post up the link. You can see what new things we've got. We've got that. We've also got a couple of other things on there as well, which I won't go into. But yeah, that's my announcement. Thanks for the time, Joe. How are you doing?
Good, mate. Thanks, man. You still might die tonight. Just
yeah.
I would say for those of you who are new today, do play around with our channel points. So we are playing with what's called sabotage bombs. If you want to give the guys any advantage, as you will see, Mark Jefford, there is now numbers around our guys to let you know how many advantages and disadvantages we've got. So that you can give the guys advantage or give me advantage or disadvantage. And that will help influence the game as well. We've also got a community chest going, so if you want to drop down a health or some sort of community chest for the guys, something they need right away, you can pop into there as well. We're about 18% on that one, so don't bother. Just don't bother. It's fine.
Do bother.
Don't worry about it. Right. So this has been so far a combination of 9 months worth of D&D.
Oh,
I know, right? I literally worked it out. It's like, my God, it's been 9 months. 20% full. There you go, Darren. Keep wasting those points, mate. So sorry, I'm falling
That's
into
not
my
encouraging.
I'm falling into my I hate the chat DM role now. But yeah, if you are new to a channel, it doesn't cost too many points. It's only like 600 or something. So just keep chatting, keep watching, and get those points up. But yes, it's been 9 months. Everything from 8-year-old characters in a school, going through to the Yawning Portal to make up stories, to figuring out that there's a horrible demonic cult in the school, trying to beat it, needing to run away, growing up on the streets, having normal jobs in Blackstar Lane, tongue dying.
No.
Oh.
2 gangs go to war, try to destroy the town. The whack turns up. Arba comes in. Arba dies. Flower,
No.
Baragorn, all of this stuff going on. Although I just threw a can on the floor.
Hands on the floor.
Oh no, cans everywhere. To the guys coming through last week and doing some heroic stuff. What heroic stuff did they do, Mr. Thompson?
I've chosen to write
Scott.
this. I've chosen to write all of this with as many B's as I can. So, the battle for the blades, the bloodying of Big Bad Billy, the brutal backstabbing by Blackstar's best banditos as they beat the blade-wielding bad boys, but not before Baggy and her bestest buds bereave the bye-bye of their badass bard. A boo-hoo bonanza.
Thanks, mate.
You're
That was
welcome.
so good.
Oh, that was so good.
Just
Yeah.
explain really what happened, but it was
It
good.
didn't explain anything. Big battle.
Big battle. Yeah.
Also,
But most important, Yakindo, lovely to see you here. Do say hello on the chat, by the way, Yakindo, and I appreciate this subscription. Well, so I think the most important thing there is also Arba managed to turn one of the blades, his adopted sister, and managed to kind of get Trish to run away, leaving the battle to commence in Billy's office, where you all fell. You all died, except for Oshi. The only one to actually proper die was Arba, yet we do not know. So we're going to restart, if everyone's okay to restart. Play some Mofo D&D, right? Play some D&D.
Yeah, let's get this
Cormoran
finale
the Wicked. Okay,
going.
so
Let's not die. Cormoran.
Cormoran Wicked. All right, so let's go.
That could be the safe word. If anything starts to go a bit hairy. Cormoran.
All right. So what the scene kind of fades up on essentially a what looks like a stool, as the camera follows the stool as it's going up into the air and coming back down again. It's going up into the air and coming back down again. It's coming up into the air and we're seeing the blood spurt out. As it goes in slow motion, as we see the camera kind of comes outwards to see Oshi slamming this stool onto the head of Billy the Blade, and she's like screaming into the air as it's slamming, and the blood is pouring outwards, and she's continually hitting harder and harder until she just kind of essentially breaks this stool itself as it hits onto the floorboards. She's hit right through his entire skull. As she slumps down, exhausted, and she begins to sob and cry. She can't help but just scream out into this carpeted and well-adorned office. She looks around her and her eyes are streaming forth. They close this way and then this way. And she sees her long-term friends, Pups, Baggy, lying on the ground. And their newfound friend, Arba, his chest not moving. She can hear something in the distance. It sounds as if somebody outside is calling them out. She goes around and begins to pull their bodies out of the room, pulling Pups and dragging him along. She comes over to Baggy itself. She rifles her hand inside of Baggy's pockets, pulls out what looks like a Y and a coin. She tries, but her hands are sticky with the blood. She tries to pick up the coin and pop it into the Y, but it just doesn't seem to fit. She tries to figure out how to make it work. Could you do an Arcana check for me, please? As she's like trying to stuff this into these two magnets, it just doesn't seem to spin. And she tries to kick it and it falls to the ground, so she picks it back up again. Tries to put it back in, and this time she calms herself and uses sleight of hand. As she tries to put the coin into between the two magnets and it holds itself. She begins to pick her finger and she sees the blood sort of curdling on her fingertips. As she flicks the coin flicks into the air and slows down, halts in the air. She looks at it, looks around her. She sees there is a bubble been formed around them. She can no longer hear the sound coming from outside. The absolute silence of being stopped in time. The dust sits like a wave, frozen in time. The sunlight pushing through the windows as it holds. She picks up a red bottle, left by someone she can't remember why or who. She uncorks it. And she picks up... Who do you pick up first?
Pups.
You pick up Pups and you wrestle him into your arms. You open up his face and you just pour the liquid into his mouth, close him and lay him down. You go to Becky and you pour into her mouth. And it's almost as if both of them wake as their eyes open and look at you. Through the shimmering of the bubble where you can see the body of Arba. Still. Pups' head kind of turns and looks at you.
What happened?
Arba's gone.
Where?
But wherever humans go when they're dead. But Billy's gone too.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
And Baggy?
As her breast like kicks in and she kind of wakes up, like bolts upright.
Just looks around and goes, "What happened? What happened? You okay?"
We're okay. I did that coiny turny thing and we're in like this paused, I don't know. We're here and us three are safe. Arba's dead. But so's Billy. So we're 50% of the way through.
Billy's dead.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you guys are safe, that's all I care about.
Well, how long ago did you flip the coin?
Like, I don't know, a minute ago I flipped it and then everything stopped and then I gave you two healing potion.
Thank you, Oshi. We have time. We have hours.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, everything else has stopped apart from us. So, when this ends, we need to be ready for battle again.
All right. Well, how long have we been out? What happened? We were surrounded. Last thing I remember, we were surrounded. How did you do it?
Well, I just used my arrows.
And you literally, that moment is sort of flashes into your brain of you hitting his head with the stool.
You
Yeah.
used your arrows.
Yeah.
You're covered in blood.
And you kind of, Pups, I think you look out into the room and you see like this body with just no head, like squashed, cracked out skull.
Well, you did it. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be clean.
Yeah. Anyway, at least it's not my blood.
True.
Probably kind of scary looking now.
I'd say. Can I roll insight on Oshi?
Yep.
See how she's actually doing.
So a deception check as well from Oshi.
13 for Pups.
14
Oh.
for Oshi?
Yeah, nah, she's fine.
Yeah.
She looks absolutely like she always would be. Right, she's absolutely fine.
Well, you're a hero then, Oshi. You saved us.
Well, I mean, you weakened them up for me.
And then
Yeah.
you kind of like think in your brain, Oshi, that actually you remember that the battle's not over. And actually, you remember hearing something from outside, and you're fairly sure it was Alphonse shouting from the street.
There's another situation outside with more people, I think.
Who? What? What's going on?
Well, Alphonse has been shouting up to us. You must know we're here.
Good. I'm tired of hiding. Is Arbor outside of this bubble?
Yeah, he's not in this bubble.
And would we know that if we step out of the bubble, we wouldn't be allowed back in?
I think Baggy, from you did an Arcana check on this before, and it was pretty high, if I remember rightly. So yeah, you go to step towards the edge of the bubble, and Baggy puts a hand on your shoulder.
What?
You can't leave the bubble. If you
Okay.
leave this area, you'll be back in real time. We need to use this time that we have.
All right. Well, when we do get out of this bubble, there's something that I want to do. It won't take long.
Something for
What?
Arbor.
Yeah.
And so you're looking towards Arbor. Yeah. Could you
Mhm.
do a perception for me, please?
Yeah. 14, but I've got a passive of 18.
I'm going to ask you to use one of your advantages on this.
Okay. Thanks, Liam with a beard. 20.
That's more like it.
Wait.
Okay, so you see Arbor, but you go almost past Arbor to the body of out of Billy behind, and you see obviously his lack of head, but more importantly, you see on his neck, just under where his shirt line would be, you see what looks like a tattoo on his here. And what it looks like is a black upside down dragon, like flying downwards.
Have I ever seen anything like that in the past? Would I know what that is?
Do you want to do a history check for me, please?
Yeah.
Oshi, could you also do a history check, please?
12.
But can you do yours with advantage, Oshi? Because you're more connected than...
So it's a double.
Cormoran, mate, Cormoran. Right.
5 for Slowly.
Bye bye Prosecco.
Bye Prosecco. If you're new to the channel, we have a little game where crits mean drinks. Okay, so you know this from the criminal networks that you work within, that this is the sigil of the Zentarum, also known as the Black Network. An incredibly powerful criminal dark organization that is also the world's worst kept secret. Nobody knows who the members usually are, but they're usually identified by this symbol, which is a black dragon. Sort of seems as if it's swooping downwards. She rolls. Nah, mate, that's not it. But yeah, you know this to be an incredibly dark organization. You're quite surprised to see it on Billy, of all people. And you're also surprised that Arba didn't say anything to you about it. So you feel that maybe Arba didn't know either.
Okay.
The Zentarum, or Black Network, stretches across the entirety of Faerun, and usually has some of the darkest and evilest sort of people attached to it. You also know that they're quite active in Waterdeep as well.
Oshi. So Pups has told Oshi that he's seen this thing, I guess.
Yeah,
so
that's how
Oshi,
I imagined it.
yeah. So Oshi takes a minute, and again the flashes of the kind of devastation she caused to Billy's body comes up, and she explains what that tattoo represents, and says, maybe we pretend he's alive. Maybe we didn't ever find him. We don't need those people joining the battle.
Sorry, what people?
Oh, the Zentarum. The darkest network of people. Like the most underground people, the most evil people, the most horrifying people you could ever imagine. And they work a lot around here. Billy was part of them.
Right. So there's another gang, basically.
This isn't a gang. This is bigger than any of us. Than the Blades, than the Watchers, anything. This is bigger than Waterdeep.
Well, did anyone see you kill Billy?
One person.
And you pull out his card. His business card. And it says Erda written on the card.
I mean, he's a paid killer. We could hire him for this.
Let's focus on one problem at a time.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that from Darren. It's actually spelled M.Erda on his card.
Can I have the tagline underneath that says, "We'll make short work of it"?
Yeah. it says all work and no play. Really nice. As you kind of like look at each other, at its sudden realization that the world is bigger than Blackstar, that there's actually outside influences on this, and you never even thought that anyone would be interested in this little town other than these squabbling small gangs. As you
Maybe
kind
there
of
was
like,
some...
oh, carry on.
maybe there was something to that grand opening of the watchtower then. When have you ever seen that many well-connected, rich people come to Blackstar Lane? And now we've got some incredible, long-term, dangerous order of people operating out of here. Maybe this isn't quite the shithole that everyone makes it out to be.
And maybe Billy and the Watchers are more connected than we think.
Well, you took out Billy.
And you kind of like look out the window. They kind of like go through that shimmering bubble. And we just see that shout from Arba. And the 45 Watcher army outside. And we kind of come back through into the bubble and we look at Baggy. Thank you, Tea Party Fox. As you look at Baggy, as she looks at two of you.
What are we doing this for?
The question.
What are we doing what for?
All of this. Killing Billy Blade. Fighting with the Watchers. Is it for the street? Is it for Tunk? We can't get swept up in the bigger picture at the moment. We need to sort out the now. And the now has stopped momentarily, but it's going to go quickly.
I'm doing it for you and Pups.
Me too. And Tunk.
And Baggy just puts her hands out to the two of them, either side of her.
Or she takes a hand.
Yeah, same. And between, so I'm imagining Pups is on the right hand side of Baggy, so he takes Oshi's hand in his right hand and with his left hand pulls Tunk's club off the back of Baggy's back, puts it in the ground, and joins hands with Baggy like that.
And he's sort of like there, and then you all sit down together as you rest. For 8 hours. Just about 8 hours.
Woo!
As you relax. Yeah, you do. I don't think you say very much to each other. As you're sat there. But it is amazing to see the rest of the world, like birds flying in the air. About 4,000 miles away, there's a dragon breath. Yeah. You know, and some poor pirates are there with like a shield trying to make sure they don't get hit by it. And there's, you can see like a further across in the horizon, you see this great wind of winter blow across the tundra, as this guy seems to be there like in the middle of a coin trick, trying to trick somebody in a little town. As we kind of like go through, and you can see further away into Cholt, and we see a group of adventurers walking through the jungle, as the rain sort of stopping in midair, as we come back to this place 8 hours later, and you just hear one. Who? Don't make me count to 3 now. As you guys sort of make your way down the stairs.
I think just before, like as it finishes, Pups just kneels down next to Arba, pulls out the 10 gold that he stole and Afa's ring, just puts it on his chest and brings his hand over his chest and just says, "That's for the ferryman," and goes.
Oshi's also picked up the 2 of the health potions that Erda left on the floor that she hasn't used yet. She's picked them up and put them in her pocket.
Nice. As you guys kind of go down the stairs, you kind of come towards the door, those big front doors, and you kind of like push it open as the light floods in, and then we see those doors turn and close behind you. The camera seems to sweep back up the stairs as we see back onto this ring and the coins on this bloody chest as this like bubble of blood like bubbles from his lips.
Have a little think about it.
And he kind of opens an eye.
That's a good one, brother. That's a good one. I'll see you in a bit, mate.
And the
All right, Joey.
the weight of the darkness as Arbor blinks, his eyes open and close, is heavy. And with every opening of the eye, the world around him starts to get clearer. He feels the coins and the ring on his chest and the piercing pain in his sides as Arbor has lost quite a significant amount of blood. And he picks up Arfa's ring and looks at it and chuckles to himself.
It's more like a grab. Like he thinks it's very dexterous. It really isn't. As
But
the
it's,
coins
he's
scatter
fumbling.
across the floor as he rolls over, his wheezing breath as his one collapsed lung pushes on his heart as he drags himself across the floor past the body of Billy, dragging himself as he looks towards his throne.
And he drags himself up onto the chair, staring intently at the now headless body of Billy. And recognizing the ring of Arfa in his hand, he looks towards Billy's body.
And his hands.
I told you that leadership would make you lose your head.
As his hand goes down to the bottom drawer of the desk as he opens up the drawer, knowing that there is a beautiful bottle of whiskey. As he slams it onto the side and he laughs. As he tries to unpop it, he just spills the bottle and it smashes onto the floor, spilling the whiskey across the desk and across himself as it lands onto the floor around him. He pulls out a cigar from his desk, pops it into his mouth. And his last thoughts, he thinks, king of nothing. He lights the match, brings the match to the cigar, takes one drag, and his eyes close as he breathes out that smoke. The cigar falls into his own lap. We see it begin to burn. It catches onto the whiskey, and the desk burns, and the ground burns, and the room begins to burn. And we come through into a stage, and we hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, bring to the stage, Arfa Killick!" And he sort of, you see him walk onto the stage as he begins to sing. And he sings his little heart out to this packed crowd in one of the largest arenas in all of Waterdeep. He sings his little heart out, his collar open with his open bow ties swinging off the side, smoking a cigar with a glass of whiskey. As he looks out at these adoring fans, he finishes the song and looks out with that last note and looks down at the crowd. They are adoring him. As he walks down the steps into the crowd itself, he places his hands out and they kiss him and they hold his hands. There's flowers being thrown from everywhere, and he looks across and he sees a grey face, a face that he recognises, a face of someone, but he can't remember when. But he knows he hurt them. As he come around the bar, back through into the stage door, as we hear Ladies and gentlemen, Arba Killick! As he comes back out onto the street, onto the stage again, he sings his heart out once more. His adoring crowds in front of him, but this time he can see 3, 4, 5, 6 grey faces of people that he can't quite put his finger on, but he knows that he caused them pain, a lot of pain. Maybe he hurt them, maybe he took some gold from them, he can't remember. As he steps down to his adoring fans as they kiss his hands and they hug him and the flowers come and he goes around and comes back through the stage door. Ladies and gentlemen, Arba Killick! As he steps back out onto the stage again, and now he remembers every time that he's gone out onto the stage, and he begins to sing, and he feels more like a singing monkey as he looks out into the crowd, and you can see more and more grey faces as he begins to see every single person that he has screwed over, killed, hurt, collected a debt from and caused pain from. As he continues to sing and he tries to sing out the last note, as they begin to heckle him as he steps down onto the floor, as he walks through towards the bar, as they begin to throw bottles at him, as he comes round to the stage door. Ladies and gentlemen, Arba Killick! For eternity, on and on and on. The smoke pours round to the office. It swings, floats. The yellow glow climbs up the walls as we watch him burn, a song kicking into his brain. As it goes up, the smoke pours out the door and begins to find heat and begins to burn the entire building as number 21 burns to the ground.
Bruh.
Wow.
Long live Arba, King of Nothing.
I remember
Long
that.
live Arba.
Just gonna pour myself another pint on that one. Just gonna let this song play out for everybody at home. This is a song by Mr. Rob Thompson. It is a Rob Thompson original. And I'll make sure that we upload these to the website when it comes up on site as well. Arba.
To Arba.
All right.
Kept his promise.
He did keep his promise. Long live Arba, exactly.
Kept us all safe.
Oh, by the way, I did notice, Mark, you gave me a disadvantage on that one. Thanks, mate. Okay, so...
That's your reward for that epic monologue.
I know, right? Thanks, mate.
That was
It's like,
great.
oh, wow. Fuck you. Wow.
All right. So you guys are stepping out into the street. I'm just going to check, Rob, was that all right? Is that how you
Yeah,
imagine that?
It's great. Yeah, totally. Got to say Arba's little joke. Happy out. Delighted.
That's all that matters for you, isn't it? It's like, did I get to do my joke? Yes, good.
Yeah, happy.
Okay. All right. Just change the music up.
Change the music up.
Actually, I'm kind of tempted by an early break on this one. No, I'm not going to. No, let's carry on. Okay, so let's do something uplifting. Cinematic. Let's go for a song called Nowhere to Hide. That sounds like a good one for Roshi. Right. Okay. As you kind of push open the doors, as you step out into the street, in front of you, you can see a huge swathe or a crowd, 45 watchers, a large army, seems to be in circles around a central bunch of figures, which we see Alphonse, a masked woman next to him, and a small grey-skinned gnome. As they're there, he goes, there you are. Come on and say hello.
Pups just stands there and looks at him.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. Come on, come and say hello. Come on. I got your coin here.
What for?
And he kind of puts down this massive bag of coin. And he puts it down on the ground. 9,000 gold pieces. There you go. Just like I said, for clearing out the blades. Thanks for that.
I don't remember making that deal with you.
So he's like, what? What do you mean? And he sort of proclaims it to the street. And he repeats, 9,000 gold for you to clear out the blades. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to do a performance check on him. Let's do a quick roll on that. Let's do a quick roll, shall we? Let's do a quick roll.
Is there a disadvantage that we could give you?
Yeah, I can give you
There is.
disadvantage. Yeah, cool. Let's do disadvantage. Okay, 1 and 2. Oh. I'll take the 9 then. As you can see, the kind of the curtains. I think Baggy, you just see across the street for Madame Virgine's silken purse. You can see the people in the window and they're shaking their heads. The absolute audacity of lying like that, you find quite disgusting.
Pup sort of looks around and sees that they've got an audience, and in a similar volume, says, "Is that more or less than you paid your goons to kidnap Baragon and keep all the flour from everyone, and all the jobs from everyone, and all the money from everyone, Alphonse?"
Okay, so let's do a persuasion check on that then, please.
Oh, I'm gonna... Have I? Yeah, I've got one more. Let's use it. Where is it? There it is. Thanks. Thank you. What am I doing? Persuasion. 16.
Nice. You see all the curtains close around the square, around the street.
Baggy picks up the bag of gold and sort of almost smiles a little bit as if she's accepting it, but then reaches into a pocket and pulls out a screwdriver and just stabs it in the bottom and just stands there and lets all the coins fall out.
And he's like, oh, all right. You all right with that, Oshi? Look at that coin just dropping on the floor.
You know the grey gnome?
Yes,
That's Dresda, right?
that's Dresden, yeah.
Dresden. Does Oshi know that?
Oh, yeah. You've seen Dresden around. Dresden's been on this street as long as you've been on this street. Like, you know Dresden.
Oshi doesn't say anything. She's fixated on Dresden.
Oh, you worried? You thinking about him? Yeah, he's a good little spy, isn't he? Otherwise, he would have been dead in there with you lot, with them lot in there. Oh, and he kind of looks up, and you smell burning now. Oh dear! So you did more damage than I thought. Look at that. As the smoke begins to kind of pour out of the windows of number 21.
How many people?
We'll carry on.
How many people do you think were in that building when we went in?
Oh, I don't know. 15.
Are more people in there than there are out here?
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I've just lost the feed. Okay.
It's
Sorry,
okay,
guys.
Alphonse is cracking. It's good.
Yeah.
Come on. Sorry, guys, my apologies there. We just kind of lost a little bit of the feed there, but we are back. Don't worry. Okay, so can you ask that question again, please, Pups?
Yeah, I said, do you think there's the same number of people in that building as there are out here? How many do you reckon the Blades had in that building?
Well, he put most of them out here to fight my guys, and looks like we won, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've
I
just been
still
through
got.
what?
Hang on, let me just do a little count. Hang on, it's 5, 6, 1, 2. Carry the 1. Oh, it looks about 45 to me.
Yeah, still hiding behind your numbers. All the gold, all the henchmen. Where's your courage?
Courage.
Your courage.
See, it don't matter about courage. Courage is a bullshit word, yeah? Same as bravery. It's bullshit. Even the words profit are bullshit. The only thing that actually matters is the word gold and power. Yeah? For me, I just need these 45. You know what? These 45 love me, don't you guys? Like, yes, boss. And you can hear that kind of echo out, almost like a fascist shout. See, they're loyal to me. Yeah? Money, power.
She steps forward and she says, and we have this whole fucking street. And bravery means more than money and power will ever mean to any of us because we have each other.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, if you look around, all these normal people. Look at them. Shaking. Terrified of my wrath. And he kind of like echoes in the street.
Have you ever heard the sound of a crowd?
being me, yeah, every now and then.
Like a real crowd, a crowd of support, like a pulsing, emotional crowd, like Tunk used to get at every one of his boxing matches. That was a real crowd. That was real honor. That was real support. That was real love. Not this. What was that? That sounded like I was in school. Yes, boss. That's not power. That's paid for.
Well, all right. We'll put it this way, yeah? You beat me, you'd take that gold there, and that'll be fine. If you beat me, something much bigger than me will come for you, eventually.
I have dealt with much bigger than you. Much bigger than you.
Oh, yeah? Go on then, tell me when. Go on. Oh, was this one of your imagination things? Yeah. Nah. No. This is my street.
Whose street is it?
Mine.
Oh, so what's going to happen to all of us? What's going to happen to all the people that live in all these houses who haven't had any business, haven't had any food, haven't had any money? What's going to happen to the people whose homes and businesses were burnt down? Whose street is it?
Mine.
Oh, so you're going to keep us? You're going to continue to keep us all down? Every single one of us?
And then you hear this drunken voice just go, "Mine." As you see Mordock come out of an alleyway, and he's got a bottle. There's been a murder on Blackstar Lane. Waterdeep. There's nothing in it. He smashes it on the side of the curb, holding the shattered glass in his hand. It's my street, I think. And Alphonse looks at him. Let's just stab him or something. And you see, like, this grunt kind of turns around and just throws a blade into the side of Mordock. As he kind of drops to his knees. And he falls down onto the street. So, whose street?
It was his street.
Right.
It's our street. It was Tunk Street. It was Arbor's Street. It will never be your street.
Baggy, you take hold of Tulk's club, and I think you drag it onto the ground, and you create a line on the cobblestone. As you kind of look up at Alphonse, dead in the eyes.
She's cut out. She's coming back.
And she see the like putting the club onto the side, and she's just dragging it across the floor in a long line. As we start to hear, there's a whisper on the wind. R Street. So the whisper happens. R Street. I keep going until I get her back. R Street. As these curtains twitch. R Street. There's sort of a sound that comes across almost as if it's coming from another world, another plane of existence. As we hear the words R Street. The door opens up. And a great tiger-skinned Leonin steps out of the bakery. As he stands with his sash, the stars glimping off his battle sash, the traditional battle sash of the Starfeller, as he roars into the air. Ah, Street! As Becky continues to drag that club across the floor, drawing a line no further. As the back doors of the floor of the basement of the tannery burst forward as these two ginormous minotaurs stand out, one white and the other with a huge ring across the nose as he stands, and he puts his feet onto the ground and he scrapes the ground. Ah, Street! As the market comes out, we hear a sound. Tunk, 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 tunk. As this great battle dwarven kind of walks out as Jeremiah Bloodstone, the clan Bloodstone, pulls out his hammer and slams it across the back of his shoulder. Ah, Street! As a small horse pony bursts out of the stables as we see Agnew ride upon it bareback, holding two hammers. Ah, Street! And finally, a stream of 6 women pour out of number 9. As they stand, they take off their overcoats to reveal lines of blades and swords and bats and clubs. As Auntie Patrick shouts, "Ah, Street." And finally, a sooten black face, like a tiny dog, steps across from the doorway. She walks down the street with nothing but what she has on her, as she reveals her overcoat to a very slight halfling, very small halfling, as the rings of her skirt are hanging all of these weapons that she's been storing for a long time. And we hear, "R Street." As they look around the room of the street, as more and more doors begin to open up, as more and more of the people of Blackstar Lane begin to stand up. Birkenstocks begins to stand up. Tespard stands up. Jean-Claude Tespard. The entirety of of Madame Virginie steps out. All of the working girls and boys stand outside. The Wicker Man begins to come out with his flame of fire upon his hands.
Yeah.
And finally, five figures appear on the inner circle. 5 small goblins. Each of them stand into attack. They bring their arms together. As they stand across their chests is a tattoo of a tree. Across their back is the word Darn. To Pups, you understand this to be the word tree in Goblin, as one holds a bell. She tells them all to hold back the line. As you look up towards Alphonse, and you just say a single word to them, Baggy, as you finish drawing that line. You look him straight in the eye. Do you say? So she could.
This is for our street, and it is for Tunk.
Very, very nice. All right, we're going to take a little break now.
Oh God!
People at home, thank you for that. You gave me so much inspiration for story there. So we're going to come back and we're going to do Blackstar Assemble. Exactly, everybody there. We are going to go and push this. Goldsburn, welcome. Hello there. We're going to go for a little break, but we've just done the big intro for our last big battle scene. Please join us in about 5 minutes' time as we go into the Battle of Blackstar Lane to see who actually has the power on this particular little street in the dock ward of the great city of Waterdeep. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes' time.
Oh, come on! Come on, I'm so excited!